Good evening, good afternoon, I guess. Guys and girls, Rob here, 4:05 in the afternoon, just after 4:00. And I'm looking for subscriber number 400. Subscriber number 400, we want them in here. And what do we want to do? We want to have them in here live. Get that person in here live. We want the person in here live, talk to us. Man or woman, we don't care. Get you in here live to talk to us. Tell us what you like about the channel, what you don't like about the channel. A lot of stuff going on in the news right now. Jose Abreu signs with the Astros. Justin Verlander is visiting with the Dodgers. His wife is wanting him to sign with, obviously, the Yankees. He's already visited the Mets. Astros have laid $25 million down for him. One of those four places is where he's going. I personally think he's going to end up being a Dodger. Justin Verlander, I think, could finish his career as an LA Dodger. A 1 year, probably $27.5 million contract. By all indications, that's what they're going to offer him. Where are these shortstops going to land? I'm hearing Trey Turner is going to go visit with the Mets. I'm hearing Xander Bogaerts is going to go visit with the Phillies. Trey Turner's already visited the Phillies. Carlos Correa has already visited the Cubs. But now Dansby Swanson's going to see the Cubs. Where's it all going to pan out at? Well, that's the $1 million or, the $25-30 million question, I guess, all the way across the board there. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt last night. He says he thinks he'll be able to play next week pending an X-ray. X-ray was taken last night. They have not released the final verdict there. It sure looks like to me it could be out next week against the Bears. We have taken a 1-point lead up on Brian's channel. We won with the Vikings. We won with the Bengals. I don't know how we did it. We were down 5 at one time. 7, what's up, Tim? Many college football coaching changes, but I'm sure you'll get to them. Yes, Luke Fickell. Luke Fickell is now with Wisconsin. Nobody had mentioned Luke Fickell's name for the last 3 months. Last 6 months. Nobody's mentioned Luke Fickell going anywhere. Everybody said Luke Fickell's going to Notre Dame. But then rumblings inside of Cincinnati started coming in. We're wanting to start to look for a new candidate. So there were intentions inside. And once that started, he's gone. He's out of here. Bye-bye. Denver, Nathaniel Hackett is meeting with ownership group in Denver today at 2:00. 2:00 Mountain Time. Right now, Nathaniel Hackett is meeting with the Denver brass right now. I think he's gone. Why would you keep Nathaniel Hackett now? He's been a hack. That's what he's been. Nathaniel Hackett has been a hack. There's no way you want to keep him right now. What good is he to keep? What good is he to you to keep right now? Auburn coach. How about this one? Now, this is just rumor I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. Hugh Freeze, I heard, was offered the job at Auburn. Liberty, this past weekend, loses by 30 points. He calls Auburn Sunday morning, and they refused to talk to him. They no longer have that offer on the table for Hugh Freeze. But I understand Hugh Freeze makes the contact call to say, yes, I'll take the job. It's been removed. They no longer want you, Hugh Freeze. He's lost 3 now with Liberty in the last 6 weeks. Yeah. Luke Fickell says it best. How fickle one can be, right? How fickle can one be? Now, who is Auburn going after? Who is Auburn going after? You know, all indications, everybody wants to say it's Ole Miss coach. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like. We're hearing more and more and more about Colorado hiring Deion Sanders. All I can say is if Deion Sanders goes to Colorado and he turns that program around to a 500 program in 2 years, if he can turn them around to a 500 program, he deserves to be paid $10 million a year. That's my thinking. It's one thing for Deion Sanders to go to Texas A&M. It's another thing for him to go to Colorado. Tulane coach may go to Georgia Tech, yes. Auburn still got the coaching vacancy. They've said all along they wanted Hugh Freeze, and now Hugh Freeze they lifted. We no longer want you, Hugh Freeze. We no longer want you. That's what I've heard. That's the rumblings I've heard. He actually contacted the school yesterday, and they took the offer away. The offer's been removed. Had he taken the job a week ago, he could have been making right now $8.5 million a year in Auburn, Alabama. He's making $8 million a year up in Virginia for Liberty. So don't think he's going for the raise in pay. Okay? He could stay here in Virginia for the next 6 years or 8 years. He's actually got an 8-year contract. And he's not going to have anybody. He's not going to have anybody giving him a hard time. I say $8 million. I think he's making $6.5 million. $6.5 million over the next 8 years. And I understand that Auburn was offering him $8. You tell me. You tell me the high pressure situation. Do you stay at the small school Liberty, $6.5 million a year, okay? Or do you go to the pressure packed situation at Auburn for $8 million a year, which is not guaranteed? It's not going to be guaranteed money, I'm understanding. These schools are getting away from that guaranteed money. I would stay at Liberty. I would stay put at Liberty. They're just getting their footing into a conference. Okay, you're not going to win a national championship at Liberty, but you're not going to win a national championship at Auburn in the next 4 years. No, you're not. Justin Verlander. Verlander out in LA today. We're going to find out something. I guarantee you by the second week of December where Verlander's going. And my bet will be he's going to go to LA. Why do I say that? The initial offer he got was in Houston, $25 million. He went to New York, saw the Yankees, then he went to see the Mets, and now he's in LA. Why would you Astros, they signed the guy from the White Sox. Yeah, you're right. But he had an off year though. He didn't play the greatest. Why would the Dodgers wait till now? They want to know what he's been offered. And everything I'm hearing is saying somewhere between 26 and a half, $27 million for 1 year. Okay? Right? 26 to 27 million for a year. So if you go out and make $52 million 2-year offer to Verlander, does he take it? If you're the Dodgers, you take it 2 years, $52 million, and offer it to Verlander. I think he takes it. Or if you want to go the 1 year route, $27.5 million, and you have half of the priority taken away from you, I think he takes it. How many years left do you think Verlander has? I think he's already on borrowed time. I didn't think he'd pitch this well this year. I don't think nobody did. 175? Are you kidding me? 39 years old, American League. You've been there your whole career. You go to the National League now, nobody knows you. How many of the kids in the National League have ever even faced Verlander? Hell, he could go 20-3, 20-2. Tulsa, Western Michigan, and UNLV all fired their coach. Stanford coach did resign. I heard about that. Arizona State hires 32-year-old offensive coordinator from Oregon. Okay. I saw ESPN just breaking news that Freeze is taking Auburn job. Wow. That is news because, like I say, I heard yesterday. What's up, Dwayne? I had heard yesterday that they actually took the offer off the table. Wow. Hugh Freeze. Wow, that is huge if Hugh Freeze is indeed. Auburn is hiring Hugh Freeze. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Hugh Freeze is going to Auburn. I heard he contacted the school yesterday, and they had pulled back their offer after losing 3 of the last 6 games. Now he just re-signed a deal with Liberty, and now he's going to Auburn. Now who's going to get the Liberty job? I mean, yes, Liberty is not Auburn. Liberty is not Ole Miss. Liberty is not Oklahoma. But they've been in the top 25 this year. A lot of teams have not been in the top 25 this year. Liberty's been in the top 25. Who wants that job? Who wants that job? Does somebody actually want that job? Let's in a coaching job that's gotten me, Auburn should hand the keys over to Cadillac Williams. It did not happen. Hugh Freeze goes. And right here, this is what I saw yesterday. Hugh Freeze interested in the Auburn job, but says now no offer is on the table. That's what I heard yesterday. That's what I'd heard yesterday. But now we're hearing he is going to be Auburn's new coach. Now what's he going to be making? What kind of money is he going to be making? What kind of money is he going to be making? He's making $6.5 million up here. He's not going in there for $6.5 million. Don't even tell me that. Let's see. I'm still not hearing numbers here. Is anybody hearing any numbers being thrown out? And this is a local. According to multiple sources here at ABC 13, which is our local station, Liberty head coach Hugh Freeze is heading to Auburn to coach the Tigers. Got a huge Jamie Chadwell, the coach of Coastal Carolina. Yeah, could get JMU's coach. JMU had a hell of a year. Why not, right? What if they could go get South Carolina's coach? What if they could go get South Carolina's coach? Crazier stuff's happened, folks. But you can better believe now they are in a bowl mode, right? Liberty is in a place where they want to have, they don't want to move back 3 steps. They're going to move ahead a step if they can. The only way Jamie Chadwell leaves Coastal is if they really offer him money. Nowadays, that's the one picking point, and Liberty has the money. I mean, do remember a year ago, turn the clock back a year, okay? And the Liberty coach was in the hot water. Remember, Liberty coach along with Jerry Falwell Jr. They were all in that little, in that situation with the boat, with the NASCAR drivers and NASCAR ownership. They'd been gotten in some trouble, and it was widely rumored. I mean, widely rumored that they were going after the coach from Jacksonville that got fired. I mean, he's got a slimy past now too, but he's at Fox, and it was rumored they were going to pay him $9.5 million to come up here to Liberty. For 5 years, they're going to pay him $48 million. What do you do? What do you do? $9.5 million talks. That really that sends a little bit of arrogance out there. Whoa, Alabama. That's Alabama money, folks. That's Alabama money. That's Ohio State and Michigan money. And Liberty, Urban Meyer. And Liberty saying they're willing to pay a top 10 pay. Is there any chance they get Urban Meyer now? I don't know. People say, yeah, and Tim says it's a lateral move for the guy from Coastal. Look at what Coastal's paying that guy. Look at what Coastal's paying him. And then I'll say, no, it may not be a quite literal move there, a lateral move. Deion Sanders wouldn't be coming here because Deion Sanders could grab the world and, around the neck. Let's see what Jamie Chadwell's current salary. All right. Okay. It's not a lateral move. I'll promise you, it's not a lateral move. Jamie Chadwell. Okay. Jamie Chadwell this year made $320,000. $320,000. Listen to me closely, folks. $320,000 at Coastal. He's made $1 million over the last 3 years. Okay, now let's go exactly where Liberty, who they had. Okay, let's go right there. Let's hello everybody. Hello, how's everybody doing this evening? All right, now let's go to Liberty's ex-coach now, okay? Exactly. If he offers him $7 million, seven figures, seven figures, he's making six figures. So it's not a lateral move, Tim. I'm sorry. Coastal might be they may already have a conference and all that where Liberty doesn't. They're not set in a conference that they want to be in. But next year, is it what Atlantic 10 or Sun Belt, something like that? They're moving to a conference either next year or 24. So yeah, right now, school to school, it's lateral. Money to money, it's not lateral. Money to money, it's not lateral. not if you can make 4 times your salary. Anytime you can triple your salary with a signing of the pen, triple your salary. It's not a lateral move. Now, it may be a smaller school. Liberty's not huge. Ask Sean. It's a building school, though. Oh, don't get me wrong. If you go to Lynchburg, if you go to the city of Lynchburg, Virginia, there's a great chance you're on some of Liberty's property. But Lynchburg's not a huge city. Okay? It's not a huge city. It's easy to get to. Sean's 5 minutes away from it. Sean's right at it. Hell, he's right at the university. He's nowhere from it. And he will tell you, from the time he was a little boy, he's 19 or 20 now. It has blossomed, folks. This place has they got a bigger ice skating rink, a brand new wrestling arena. They've got a basketball arena that holds 10,000 people, and then the football stadium, which I'm hearing they're going to make a full brand new stadium in 26. Right now, they just got the sides, one that holds, 35,000, maybe 40,000. They want a 70,000 seat facility in that little town, and they'll fill it up. They will fill it up. Now, we were just talking about Campbell's pay, $319. Hugh Freeze's salary at Liberty. That's before he got his pay raise, folks. $5 million. That's before. Puts him among the highest paid coaches in the group of 5. The contract is 8 seasons and averages it right at $5 million a year. So, yeah. He had a $40 million deal. Hugh Freeze, Liberty, agree on 8-year contract. And he signed this. He signed this back a month ago. Hold on, let me tell you. October 28th was the day that it was reported. October 28th, 22. He just signed that contract. Hugh Freeze has agreed to a new 8-year contract at Liberty that will put him among the highest paid coaches in the group of 5. I'm telling you, they're not going to take Tom, Dick, or Harry that came from University of Pittsburgh. They're not going to do that. You're going to step into Lynchburg, Virginia. They're going to put you in the mansion, and it's yours. Okay, if you stay and retire here, you can stay here. Tim knows real well a coach that was in Cleveland. His name was Sam Ratigliano. He coached there for 3 or 4 years. He could tell you about Liberty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is under so much pressure to go to Auburn right now. And you come to Liberty and you win 9 games and you get a bonus. And he had 3 years or 4 years left on his contract. And he got an extra 4 years. Now they're going to have to buy his contract out. So Auburn may be paying Liberty a good $3-4 million right here just to get him out of his contract. Auburn doesn't mind it. But then now let me ask you this. Do these names that I've been calling out and people saying, well, no, he wouldn't dare take a Liberty job. Do they sound so crazy now? Do they sound so weird now? When you hear somebody like a Ryan Day, there's rumblings there's already rumblings he's going to Cleveland. Stefanski, some people saying he's got one foot out the door already. Ryan Day could go anywhere he wants to. But Ohio State now is starting to get a little antsy with him. He's lost 2 in a row to Michigan. Do you remember? Let's roll back a clock 14 months ago. Who was the hottest commodity in college that was going to get the boot? Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh. He's got the most solid shoes now in college football. 14 months ago, people were saying Harbaugh, out of here. Harbaugh is out of here. Kept hearing Chicago Bears. Am I lying? Am I lying, folks? 14 months can do that. But it doesn't take but 6 weeks to blow it. It didn't take but 6 weeks to get out of here. But it took him 14 months to turn the clock to the point to where now his footing is as good as anybody's. His money is good in Michigan now. I thought Aaron Edwards was. His money's good in Michigan now. At one time, they wouldn't take a dime from him because they didn't want to feel like he owed them something. They wanted him the hell out of there. They wanted him gone. Go to Chicago. Go to Cleveland. That was the words. That was the words. We want him gone. And right now, he's got better footing in Michigan than his brother does in Baltimore. And his brother's got a winning record in Baltimore. But he's still got better footing there than his brother does. Who's going to go to Liberty? I don't know. But I'll bet you one thing. I'll bet you it'll be somebody we've heard of, is proven, and somebody that might stay 5 to 10 years. Dabo Swinney he's been rumored to being gone out of Clemson, yes. But it was rumored he was going to Auburn. Harris Jessup's here. His brother in Baltimore still sucks. But it was rumored that Jim was gone. You guys can attest to it. Look back at your reports 14 months ago. Jim Harbaugh will be fired in the next few weeks. Jim Harbaugh, he's on a hot seat. Then they march their ass. Then Ohio State marches their asses into Michigan, and they beat them. Michigan beats them. Cools it down a little bit. Now this year, 12-0. Santa Claus. What's up, DK Brady? What's up? Whoever may be my 100th subscriber, you're invited to come on here one-on-one with me. You can ask me questions. I'll heard Hugh Freeze is going back to Auburn. He is. And Sean can attest to this. Hugh Freeze just signed a contract the 26th or 27th of, not even a month ago, to stay at Liberty. $5+ million a year. Now he's going to Auburn. I'll guarantee you this. How about a guarantee on the channel? I don't give him any guarantees. He won't last 5 years in Auburn. 5 years tops at Auburn. He won't last it. Come back and look at this video 5 years from now. He won't last 5 years at Auburn. He won't. Now all talk is that Dabo Swinney may end up moving, going out west. And guess what? I think Clemson has a little treat, a little box. And I think they really have somebody in mind for that job. Clemson. I think they've got an ace up their sleeve. That's just my thinking. I have not heard a word, but that's what I think. Harris Jessup could be the next coach. Auburn should have been doing that. It's already HJU, Harris Jessup University. They can't afford him, Harris says. Liberty, they say Lane Kiffin is staying at Ole Miss. I'll believe him when he signs. Well, where's he going now? Auburn was his place. Auburn was the place he was going to. Texas A&M, are they going to fire their coach and pay that jabroni $80 million? Are they actually going to pay him $80 million? I'll promise you this. Jimbo Fisher, if they fire him, okay? If they fire Jimbo Fisher, he will move out of Texas the next day. Because you can damn well bet the pressure is going to be there for nobody to want to be there. I'm saying none of his family is going to want to be in that Texas area. But you think about it, if Jimbo Fisher got fired tomorrow, right? Wednesday, he's going to have his house up for sale. That's just the way it works. He might have one of the 5 nicest homes in the state of Texas. He ain't staying now. Hell no. He's moving to Florida, or he's moving to California, or he's moving to Arizona. I'll guarantee you that. I'll put a guarantee there. Texas A&M said they don't have enough money to fire. But I'm just saying, if they fire him tomorrow, his damn house is going for sale the next day. Bye. He ain't staying in Texas. Because trust me, the people in Texas ain't putting up with no BS from this clown. They're already put up for the year of him, and they got 7 more of it. But you know you're a badass, okay? You know you're a badass when you walk through the tunnel like he did Saturday, right? Right? And the president of the university is being interviewed, right? And he grabs a mic. And he says, "You damn right, we won and we meant it." And gave the mic back and walked the hell on. That's nerve. But it's like, I dare you to do a damn thing to me. You're interviewing the president of the school. You better believe it. We won and we meant business today. Bye. Never got asked one question. He just grabbed the mic. Think about that. It'd be like going to church, or it'd be like going to your work, right? And your employer's getting interviewed. And you just grab a mic and say, "Hey, you know what? I might not show up for work tomorrow, but it don't matter. It's a beautiful day out." And you hand the mic back to somebody and keep walking on. Bama could. DK Brody. They could. I I still think they're going to be number 5 tonight. We'll see. I think if USC gets beat, I think Bama's in. I believe Jimbo will be back in Alabama as the offensive coordinator. No, not this year. He's not. No. Alabama ain't paying him $40 million. Alabama ain't gonna pay Texas A&M $40 million to get Jimbo Fisher back. I'll tell you who their next offensive coordinator is going to be. It's Trash Dump up there in Vegas. He's going to be their next offensive coordinator. He's going to get fired. And right now, 21 minutes. We have not heard anything yet. 2:00 meeting today. Nathaniel Hackett with the ownership group at Denver. 2:00 meeting today. And it's 2:40 right now. Any chance Nathaniel Hackett gets fired? 2:00 meeting. And I have not heard anything yet. That wouldn't that be something? If Nathaniel Hackett gets fired, you know? That could change the whole outlook of the coaching prospects the rest of the year. You see, now if I am Deion Sanders, if I'm Deion Sanders, I am staying in college, okay? And the moment you hear Dabo Swinney's name mentioned going to some other college and being their new hire, for instance, and I'm not saying that college has a opening, I'm saying nothing of the kind, okay? But in the instance, let's say that Michigan State's job got opened or Penn State's job gets opened. I've been hearing Penn State's coaches heading back down south. We'll see about that. But Dabo Swinney, let's say the moment he gets mentioned, he's the new Penn State head coach. Let's just say it happened. I don't think it does. I think he could very well be the new Michigan State coach. I think that could happen. Penn State, I don't think so. But the moment that Dabo Swinney's name is mentioned as the new coach, I think Deion Sanders contacts Clemson, and it's all a matter if they've got the money to hire him. That's my opinion. And whoever gets Deion Sanders, look, I'm not calling him a football brain. I'm not calling him that at all. But the transfer portal, wherever he goes, he's going to have athletes transferring to his school. I mean, like they're falling off of damn trees. Don't think he's going into. I mean, he could take any school over. Okay, he's going to have that transfer portal looking like, they're going to be lining up to come to his school. 4- and 5-star recruits, 4- and 5-star athletes. Some of them starting at SEC schools. They're going to come to where he's at. I guarantee it. I would love to see Stroud and Smith sit out the non-playoff bowl game that Ohio State will most likely get. I don't think it's going to help Stroud at all. I think he needs to show anything he can show right now. I don't think he's a first-round pick. That's my opinion. I've seen him play 3 games this year, and he didn't impress me at all. I've seen 10 better quarterbacks than him this year. That doesn't mean that he won't get hired. That does not mean that he won't get drafted in the first round. That means Rob wouldn't draft him in the first round. Remember last year, there were two names that I've mentioned in the last few years that I said, I wouldn't touch the jabroni with a 10-foot pole. Justin Fields. And then the kid out there in 49er land. I wouldn't have touched either one of them. I liked Jones. Jones played better last year than he's played this year, but I still like Jones better than either one of them. There's other kid. Baird should draft Stroud and have him and Fields battle it out for the starting job. Marvin Harrison Jr. As soon as he can leave, he'll leave. Even if he sat out a year, I wouldn't blame him for that. If he didn't want to get hurt. If you don't want to get hurt, why not? Sit out a year and you'll still be top 3. You'll be a top 3 pick. Stay in shape. He's that good. I personally think Marvin Harrison Jr., if he was eligible to go this year, he'd be number 1. I think he would. Unless some defensive player moved up. I think Harrison Jr. is the best on the board. I think he's the best on the board right now. Garbage dump game. DK Brody says Colts and Steelers tonight. Who's everybody got? Hold on for a second. I'll tell you. If you didn't catch the beginning of my rant, you're gonna like it in a minute. The Colts are giving up 3 points, but they're at home. I like the Colts tonight. I like the Colts. If you did not hear the beginning of my rant, we have passed Brian at the Brian APBA Brian's channel. We're one up now. We're up 1 on them. We were down 1 starting the week. We got both wins: Vikings over the Patriots, Bengals over the Titans, and now we're 1 ahead. You got the Colts by 7. I think the Colts win tonight. Steelers, will it be worse than the Broncos? Panthers over under at 36.5 and still didn't make that total. Go Team Jabroni. Wow. Really hate the Eagles with all my heart, but they are probably the best team. Would anybody like to know my new rankings? I've got them all ranked out right now. Okay? You give me a team. 1 is the best and 5 is shit. Or we'll call them the trash dump boys. 5 is the trash dump gang and 1 is the best. You give me a team, I'll circle it as we go. So if you got a good team or if you got a team that you like, throw them out there to me. Okay? And I will tell you where I've got them. You're not going to like my rankings. Rob doesn't look for people to like his rankings. The Cowboys right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. The Cowboys, I put them at a number 2 right now. I give them a 2. I think they're a strong playoff team right now. I think they still got some holes offensively. I think the Cowboys could get better. We'll see what happens. Chiefs, I got them as a number 1 right now. But I still don't see them as my Super Bowl team. I don't see the Chiefs as my Super Bowl team right now. You're not going to like my Super Bowl team. Okay? You're not going to like my Super Bowl teams. You're going to say, Rob, you're nuts. Rob, you're crazy. I'm going to tell you these 2 teams I think right now are playing the best football, and I think they're the 2 teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl right now. The Washington Commanders, I got them as a number 3 right now, okay? Washington's playing as good a football as anybody in the NFC that's not named the 49ers. But they are playing really, really well. I think they're a top 10 team in the league right now almost, okay? Tampa Bay right now. Tampa Bay, I got them as a 3. I got Tampa Bay as a 3, and I think they're just squeezing in as a 3. I think they could be a 4. What about it, Brody? Okay, the Bills right now. You're not going to like me for this. I got them as a 2. They're too iffy. They're too iffy. Buffalo. They make too many stupid mistakes. They can't bury teams when they got the chance to bury a team. I got Buffalo as a number 2 right now. I don't think they're a legit Super Bowl contending team right now. Buffalo is not my contending team in the AFC, and neither is Kansas City. How about that one? How about that one? I'm the only guy in town that says that. Tampa may not make it playoffs. It wouldn't surprise me. The Broncos. Yeah. Broncos right now, I got them as the worst team in the league right now. Can you think of a worse team? Jacksonville won yesterday. Hell, they beat Baltimore. Detroit, they've won a couple of games. Chicago is played well at times, and other teams. Okay, I'm not going to give everybody my bottom 5. The Dolphins, right now, they're my AFC champions right now. The Dolphins, they have got as good an offense as anybody, and I'm including Kansas City. I think they've got the best offense out there, and their defense, if they can get a little bit of defense going, I think the Dolphins can represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. They've got some work to do. They've still got to win that division, but I think they can do it. Houston's bad, but I still don't think they're worse than Denver. Shit, yesterday, don't forget, did anybody see the fight on the sideline? Or soon to be, it looked like it was going to be a fight. The defensive lineman for Denver comes off and picks a fight with Russell Wilson. Now, how long is that defensive lineman going to stay on the roster? I don't know about that. I can't promise you that. But I still say Denver's the worst team in the league. Arizona, you know what? I actually got them as a 3 right now. I think Arizona is a team that scares me a little bit because they got the midget at quarterback. If he can learn to read and actually watch film, they can actually be a playoff team. Arizona's not as bad as those bottom 5 teams. They're barely a 3 right now, though. They're probably more deserving of a 4, but I'm pushing them up into the 3 category because I think the 4s is so boarded up right now. I'm putting them as a 3, but I'm telling you, they're just there. You know, they're just reaching that plateau. He cares more about playing video games than playing quarterback. Yeah, that's it. Too bad they won't be able to trade Wilson with his. Yeah, they can't. They can't. But they can fire their coach, and we're going to see if they fire their coach sometime this afternoon. They said it was going to be a 1 to 2 hour meeting with Nathaniel Hackett at 2 o'clock today. So it could be 5 o'clock my time before they fire his ass. We'll see. I still say he's going to get fired before the season's out. Rodgers got hurt last night. If you didn't see that, Rodgers indeed got hurt, came off the field, never played anymore after that. It was like 5 plays into the second half. And Jordan Love came in and actually played well. He played well. Look, anytime you got 3 Sauls coming at you, coming at your face, you do everything you can to protect yourself, number 1. Number 2, then you try to find some kind of way to get away. Jordan Love, he was in a no-win situation last night. On the road against the best NFC team out there, and he made them look good. He actually played well. Hell, they put 33 on the board against him. 40-33 was the final score. So, say what you want to about Jordan Love. I'm not sure Jordan Love's the answer in Green Bay, but I'm not sure right now that Rodgers is. Just give it to Caleb Williams. I agree. I think Caleb Williams is the winner of that. I agree. Have you got some more teams that you'd like to know my ratings? I've given you 1, 2, 3, 4. I've given 9 away so far. You're not going to like all my ratings, folks. Some of my ratings, you're going to be like, okay, Rob, you're just wrong. Rob, you're just wrong. I could be. All right, Harris, have a good one, my friend. Have a good one. One of these teams is kind of iffy. See where Rob puts them. I'll put them at a 1, 2, 3. The Bengals. The Bengals right now, I got them as a 3. Cincinnati, I'm not impressed with Cincinnati. I'm not impressed with Cincinnati. Their offensive line is still not an offensive line. Yes, they win a game here. They win a game here. Look, I don't think they can hang with the likes of Miami, Kansas City, Buffalo, or any of those big teams right now. I don't think the Bengals are equipped to do it. The Colts, Indianapolis. I'm sorry. I'm giving them a 4 right now. If Saturday can keep them going, especially if they can beat the Steelers tonight, they may get up to a 3 eventually. I don't think a win tonight would get them up to a 3, but I'll put them as a 4 right now. I think Jeff Saturday right now has really revived the program. Let's see what he can do with them. But that's where I got the Colts right now. Probably most people are not going to like where I've got them as a 4, but I don't know. The Pat McAfee curse. But I got some other teams. If you like them, if you don't like, even if it's a team you don't like, you might want to hear what I say about them and be like, okay, what's going on with them right now? And put the number behind it that you think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That you think. Don't not what I think. Put, like, if you put Chiefs and then put a 1 behind it, that's what you think, okay? Then I will tell you, okay? DK Brody. All right, Rams, what do you think? What is a fair number? How about that? That's a cool way of doing it. DK Brody says Rams. He says a 4. LA Rams, I got them as a 4. That's exactly where I've got them. They have got so many problems. I think some of it's coaching. I really do. I think some of it's coaching. Quarterback is injured. A lot of injuries on the team. But I think even if they didn't have those injuries, they still got problems. They weren't playing good when they were healthy. You know, people say, well, Matt Stafford's hurt. They can't go nowhere. Where were they going when he was healthy? They were going straight to the damn BFI Industries. They were going to the trash dump. They were heading that way before he was hurt. Commanders, DK Brody says Rob is he says there too. I can't put him there yet. I'm putting him as a 3. I'm putting the Commanders as a 3. They got to play a little better. They're not slamming the door on teams yet. They're not slamming the door on teams. I'm putting them as a 3. I think they're solid 3. I think they're best 3 team out there right now. But I think they're still a 3 right now. They're not a 2 yet. Commanders could get better. They need to get a little bit better, but I got them as a 3. What's up, Frank? What's up, Frank? Had a great weekend. My friend. Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are a really unusual team, but I got them as a 2, okay? Look, as long as Lamar Jackson can stay upright, they have a chance. I just say he's eventually, that body is going to break, and he's going to be like it. And I don't care what quarterback you got. If they're laying like that on the ground, they're not worth a hell of a lot to you. They're just not. I got the Ravens as a 2 right now. They're legit in the AFC. They can put pressure on a quarterback. And their quarterback puts pressure on defenses. They can beat anybody at any time, anywhere. But they can also lose anytime. Jacksonville proved that yesterday. The Texans. Houston, yeah, I've already said they were 5. Yeah, Houston's a train wreck. Houston is a train wreck. They're just not. Davis Mills or no Davis Mills, I think they're a train wreck, and I really do think they've got some work to do. They need to get some good draft picks. We'll see what happens. Vikings, DK Brody has them as a 2. I got them as a 2, but I think they're close to a 1 right now. I really do. I think they're probably the closest team to a 1 there is. I think they're a very good team. Offensively, they may be the best team offensively in the NFC. Their defense gives up way too many points, though. We'll see what happens. Their kicking game is pretty good, and they got guys that can return the ball too. That's another good thing about them. Kirk Cousins he can't get in bad slumps. If he gets into one of those 3 or 4 game slumps, the Vikings could be in trouble. But if not, the Vikings could be there all the way to the NFC Championship, perhaps. I'm not sure they go any further than that. It may be just divisional playoffs as far as they go, but I think they're a playoff team. I really do. Oh, boy. I'll give out some more teams out live myself. I think the Bengals have some key injuries. Yeah, I've been talking about them too, Frank. A lot of people say they're not the same team they were last year. Neither Super Bowl team is showing me a lot right now. The Bengals have a lot of injuries, and I'll tell you, their offensive line sucks. They have got to do something about that offensive line. You got a top tier quarterback. You don't ever hear me say nothing bad about number 9, but he has to be upright. He cannot be laying down like that. Who do you think is going to coach a scandal university? I mean, Liberty. You think your top 5 picks is going to be Texans, Bears, Panthers, Steelers, Broncos? Ah, man. DK Brody says the Tampa Bay Bucks are a 3. I got them as a 3 right now. Look, when you got Brady, you got a chance. You got Brady, you have a chance. I don't know. And that's a team that could go as high as a 1, and they can go as far back as a 5. Vikings, he says, Tim says a high 2 or a low 1. I'm with you. I got them as a 2, but I think they're my best 2 team out there right now. Yeah, I got them as a 2. I only have 4 teams that are number 1s. And everybody's not going to agree with my number 1s. You don't have to. I still got some number 5s we haven't mentioned too. I got some 5s. I got a ton of 4s. And people are going to be like, what? But yeah, they're 4s. And I got some 3s that we haven't mentioned. Bears with Fields, 3. Without Fields, a 4. I got the Bears as a 5. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I don't see it. With or without Fields. Can't believe the Steelers will be Mike Tomlin's first losing season. It will be. And it's just a matter of whether the Steelers want to get rid of him or not. Jets. New York Jets are 3. That's exactly where I got them, DK. Jets are a whole lot like your Buccaneers. When they play really well, they're as good as a 1 team. And when they play like garbage, if they play like garbage, the Jets play like garbage, they're a 5 team. They're right there in the middle. They're a 3. We'll see what happens. Steelers, I got them as a 4 right now. I can't throw them as a 5. No, I don't think they're going to get rid of them. Giants, DK Brody a 2, but they're closer to a 3. I got them as a 4. I'm sorry. Right now, let me ask a question, okay? Right now, I know they're better than the Commanders on paper as far as standings. Which team is going to win this week? They're playing in New York. The Commanders are favored to win that game. I don't like the Giants as good as I do the Commanders. Now, am I being a homer doing that? You tell me. I don't think the Giants are a 2. Mike even picked Cowboys to beat the Giants last week. The Giants kept it close, but they lost. I just think the Jags, I got them as a 5. Yep. I got the Jags as a 5. Zach Wilson situation. Why would you play Zach Wilson now? They had their best quarterback performance. They had their best. If Florida State's not going to fire their coach. Sean, go look at their record. They're 9-3, 8-4. They're not going to fire their record. Hell, I'm saying he's coach of the year in the ACC. He's coach of the year in the ACC. Tell me somebody that deserves it more than Florida State's coach. Clemson's, Carolina, NC State, Wake Forest. I think Florida State's coach is a coach of the year in the ACC. I may be wrong, but I think he's a coach of the year. No way he gets fired. They're like 9-4. They've played great, especially the last 6 weeks. I think he's a coach of the year. You guys tell me, who is a coach of the year in the ACC? I can't think of nobody more deserving. Not Miami's coach. Let's see. Did Virginia Tech have no interest in Beamer? I think he is one of the good young coaches. What do you think? Well, what happened was, Frank, what happened was he didn't have any coaching experience. Okay, 0. He'd been a special teams coach at Virginia Tech, but he never had any head coaching. No head coaching. So anyway, he ended up going down to South Carolina. Then they end up hiring a guy that's only an assistant at Penn State. Man, I tell you what, Shane Beamer right now, if Shane Beamer wanted that Liberty job, open the vault. Open the vault. Tech wouldn't hire him now. That's their first year with this guy. But if he goes another year or two at Virginia Tech and doesn't win, if Shane Beamer wants that job, it's his. It's his. Florida State coach, Duke coach. Yeah. I don't think he'll leave South Carolina right now. But hey, we said that about the Liberty coach, Hugh Freeze, and he's gone. He left today. He's on the train, folks. I'm sure he's out of Virginia by now. Hugh Freeze left Liberty. He signed 4 weeks ago. He signed an 8-year contract worth a little over $5 million a year, and now he's going to Auburn. Ain't that something, folks? There's something wrong about that. Don't you guys feel that? Don't they just get in your stomach? Who else can do shit like that? I don't like a Virginia Tech coach's voice. Fry, is that his name? Fry, I think is his name. Oh, Fickell going to Wisconsin. That is a steal. That's an absolute steal. And what I heard, I don't have any inside sources in Cincinnati. I have none. I don't have anybody that contacts me. I don't have anybody that instant message me or anything. But I've been hearing rumbles in Cincinnati that some of the people, some of the alumni wanted him out. Idiots. They wanted Fickell gone, and Fickell hears this, and he says, I'm gone. Do remember, this is the same Luke Fickell a year ago that turned down Notre Dame, folks. He turned Notre Dame down to stay. Fickell's gone. He's going to Wisconsin. Bye-bye. He's gone to Wisconsin. No, I don't need a source for that. It's official, Sean. But what happens? What happens now with Cincinnati? My brother-in-law works in the basketball program. He heard that too. Yeah. The alumni wanted him gone. Who the hell are you going to get at Cincinnati, folks? Okay? Let's find out let's find out what Luke Fickell was making. All right, let's be fair. I'm not picking on Cincinnati. Luke Fickell's salary at Cincinnati. So he was making $5.2 million. He was making $5.2 million at Cincinnati. Okay? 5.2. He went from 3.8 to 5.2. All right. Let's see who gets the better coach. Liberty or Cincinnati? Cincinnati's going to get a retread. Cincinnati's getting a retread. I guarantee you. That's my opinion. Michigan's quarterback, Cade McNamara, goes to the transfer portal. And he kind of hints it's where he's going, but is not actually allowed to tell where he's going. But Cade McNamara enters the transfer portal. Yes. He still has 2 years remaining. We'll see where he goes. Could be very, very interesting where he goes. Could be very, very interesting. All right. Let me give the rest of my they're looking at Tim Albin from Ohio U. Oh, okay. Okay, very cool. All right. New England Patriots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New England Patriots. I have yet to circle them right here. I've got them on my board, but I haven't told anybody where I've got the New England Patriots right now on my board. Are they number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5? Didn't Auburn fire Freeze years ago for calling some hookers on his university phone? Was it Auburn? Was it Auburn or Ole Miss? I think it was Ole Miss. Freeze was going to go to Auburn, and then they had that problem. Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah, I think you're right, Sean. I think he was going to go there. Isn't that nice? That's nice of him, all right? I got the Patriots as a 3. I think it's a little high for them. We'll see what they do. I still think they could be a playoff team. They can't keep tripping over themselves. They can't keep being stupid. But I think they still could be a number 3 team. New Orleans Saints. That's a real interesting team. But, man, they do lack the main position. They're lacking a quarterback. I got them as a 4. I'm just not impressed by the Saints right now. Said he is a Christian man. Well, and you know, he did nothing in Virginia to show otherwise. He didn't get fired at Liberty. You know, now who's going to coach a team? You know, that's what's going to be the funny part. The Las Vegas Raiders, not the LA Raiders, the Vegas Raiders. Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know how I did this one. I put them as a 4. They're a 5, I'm sure. They're a lowly 4. The Vegas team, they're going to not only fire their coach at the end of the year if they don't get it rid of him mid-season, I think their quarterback's gone as well. I think he's got. I think their quarterback is gone. I don't know where he goes, but we'll see where. Detroit, the Lions. I got them as a 5. They played well early in the season. They beat Washington first game of the year, and then they have just went straight down the toilet since then. DK Brody says Raiders are a 5. No, they're not a 5. They're not a 5. DK Brody is on the alcohol train. He's not on the Raiders train. He's on the alcohol bin. And he's been drinking since Thanksgiving Day and hadn't stopped. Look at all the 5s he put up there. That's funny. Green Bay Packers. I'll put them as a 4. I think I really think they're a wannabe right now. I really do. I don't think they're that great a team. Heard Rodgers broke his thumb on purpose, so he didn't have to play. But, that's just where I got them as a 4. Atlanta Falcons. 4. They could be a 5. They could be a 5. But this is another one of those teams. The Raiders and the Falcons they both suck. But they're not, took 5 too many shots. Oh boy, Seattle. You may not like my pick here. I'm putting them as a 2. Seattle. Yeah, you got a quarterback that stinks. Geno Smith. No quarterback stinks when he plays well for you. Doesn't matter where he's been. The Jets say he stinks. The Jets, all these other teams say Geno Smith stinks. He's in Seattle playing great. Is he a top line quarterback? Hell no. I'm not even saying he's even top 10 quarterback. I'm not going to go there. He's keeping them above water. Their defense is playing good. Their running game is going good. Their kicking game is going good. And they have a 12th man in the stands. Seattle is a legit playoff team. And I don't think nobody wants to play them. I wouldn't want to. San Francisco 49ers. I'm putting them as a 1. I don't know an NFC team right now playing better than these guys. Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota's playing great. Philadelphia? Yeah, but you ran into a train against Washington. I mean, Washington soundly beat you. And they beat them in Philly. They went up to Philly and beat them. I don't know what to think right here. I really don't. I think the 49ers, McCaffrey trade was the best trade this season. I agree. They also had the 12th man on the field help with the INT return yesterday. It's probably the best trade this season for anybody, DK. The 49ers really made a good trade, and they did well. They were number 1. LA Chargers. All right, now let's start hearing the boos. LA Chargers, where you put them? You guys are going to boo the crap out of me now. You're not going to like this. So many Chargers fans come in here. 4. I got them as a 4. I think they're not legit. I don't think they're a legit team. Herbert, I really like Herbert as a quarterback, but man, he makes way too many mistakes. They're not able to run the football. Their defense has got holes in it. I just have no confidence in the Chargers. They may be a playoff team. They may get to the playoffs. And once you get to the playoffs, who knows what you can do. But right now, I have no confidence in this team at all. They don't run the clock at best. Their coach is still in a big question mark above his head. whether he's going to stay or not. He could get fired. I just don't have any confidence in the Chargers. Philadelphia Eagles is the final team I got. Number one, they're a one. Yeah, they lose to Washington, but look, come on, that's their first loss of the year. Do I think they're equipped to go deep in the playoffs? No, I don't think they are. I think they have one of the best defenses, great kicking game, great punting game. Special teams are great. But can Hurts play, especially if he has no running game and he's not allowed to run out of the pocket? If a team like the 49ers come and play, right, and they just stop, gap, and run, and then the edge and just say, guess what, you got to throw the ball all game, and you're going to throw the ball 40 times. Can he beat a team like the 49ers? I don't think so. I just don't think he can. That's my opinion. Right now, if you're asking me my Super Bowl teams, Brody says Bills and 49ers. I don't even have the Bills making the AFC Championship. I don't think they're that good. I got Miami and the 49ers. I got the Dolphins and 49ers. Right now, I like the Dolphins, but as good as anybody. I really do. I think the Dolphins are as good as anybody. 2-3 injuries down the road, they may not be. 49ers could stick with Miami, though, because they do have I do have a defense and they have some offense. So we'll see what happens there. I'm hoping to have some maybe either some hockey or either some guests on here on YouTube in a little bit. Hope you guys are willing to join with me, okay? I hope you enjoyed it. It's my picks right now. Hugh Freeze. Who are your top 4 worst starting quarterbacks right now in the league? Injured, not injured. I don't like Fields. I think Fields is a joke. The kid for the 49ers, he's a joke. Baker Mayfield's a joke. And probably General Mills. You probably got to talk about General Mills. Yeah, he's not playing well. And Goff is playing bad. You got a bunch. You got a few more that they probably can throw in there, more than 4. But and then you got to put Russell Wilson in there too. Russell Wilson absolutely belongs. Thank you, Rob. And chat made last hour plus go by real quick. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it. You all have a great, great rest of your evening. Don't forget, we may have a live feed tonight. If we do, join us. Okay? If you're here for the first time and you're like, wow, this is pretty interesting. If all you got to have is a cam, phone, a cam, or whatever you got, I can get you in here live with me. Talk to me. I enjoy having new people to converse with and new opinions on the channel. So definitely, if you have a cam and you're like, okay, Rob, what do I have to do? I'll tell you exactly what you have to do. All you have to do is tell me in chat, Rob, I'd like to be a guest on your channel. You will be a guest on the channel. God bless. We'll talk to you later on this evening. And I do welcome any and all guests that would like to come on with us. Okay? Bye-bye.